Good day and hi everyone. My name is Wen Kang. So today I'm going to present a review on an educational documentary film that reflect the teacher role in students' educational achievements. So the movie on teacher role that I chose is Summer School. Generally, I choose it as Summer School, which stars Mark Hallman, who is an actor with some respectable credentials as a high school teacher who gets stuck with summer school. The misfits in his class all have been sentenced to a summer of remedial English, and his job is to teach them whether he likes the students or not. And this impressed me as a future educator to understand that as a teacher, there are no such thing for us to choose the students which we like to be taught. Although they are lazy and rebellious, Harmon still does what any teacher would do, and he lowers himself to their level and shamelessly offers them bribes for attending class. This also made me understood that it is always a need for us as a teacher to manage to grow closer with the students and try to make them feel learning fun. Alright, so for now, I'm going to present some teachable scenes in this movie that I feel it is a highlight for me while watching this movie, and it is important in making me understood the teacher role. So here is the first teachable scene of the movie that I would like to share.
Congratulations. You've been chosen to teach summer school.
Ah, shoot. Only I...
It is the scene on the last day of school before summer vacation, and the physical education teacher, Freddie Shook, which is acted by Mark Hellman, and also the main actor of the movie, is preparing to leave on a vacation to Hawaii with his girlfriend Kim. However, the shift happened when the vice principal Phil Gills informs that there are several underachieving students that they must attend summer school for remedial English. After the teacher scheduled to teach the class wins the lottery and immediately quits his work, the vice principal Gills has to search for a replacement among the teachers who are still on school grounds. But each managed to evade him after learning what he wants them to do, and he finally managed to corner Soup and blackmails him into taking the job or risk losing his tenure. So the reason why I'm choosing this scene is actually because I look this scene as an important shift of the movie, which put the main actor Soup to regard education to be more important and take his teacher's responsibility to help the slow learner students instead of kept thinking about the summer vacation right after the school. So now moving on to the second teachable scene that I chose.
You in this class too? I'm teaching it.
No way! Party all the time! Party all the time! My girl likes to party.
Alright, the reason why the scene has been chosen is because it shows up the obligatory in the movie that the teachers may meet the different types of slow learners, students with various problems in the real-life classroom, just as presented in the scene, including easily distracted Pam, nocturnal Rary, a male stripper, a football jock Calvin, pregnant Rhonda, giggly Ellen, dyslexic Dennis, intimidating Jerome, and two horror film obsessed underachievers, Death and also Chancellors. So it is helpful for me to realize that as a teacher, there is always a possibility for us to face various types of problem students, and it is a need for us to play the teacher role to grow closer with them and try to motivate them to study hard in order to pass the exams with flying colors. Moving on to the next teachable scene.
Get a good night's sleep. I'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. lecture hall. Hey, trust me, come on, you're gonna kick it.
Alright, I picked this scene as it is a day before the students sit for their makeup test on the next morning. And I believe that at this moment, a brief counseling and motivation talk by a subject teacher is really important and impactful for releasing the students' tension. We all used to be sitting for a test once upon a time, And we knew that the day before is particularly nervous, and we, as the humanity, would worry about the test on the next day. So the scene has made me realize that at this moment, any single word that spoke by a teacher to his students is really significant to build their confidence as well as enlightening the students' uneasy mood. Next, here is the fourth scene that I would like to choose.
The average scores here increased from 28 to 63. Now that's 125% improvement. Now that's teaching. Yeah. Mr. Shoup, I'm granting you tenure.
So I choose this because in this scene, as it is a judgment day not only for the students but more critically for Soup, as previously the vice principals threatens to fire Soup unless his students pass the end of term test. So what we could see is not all of them pass, and the vice principals is actually ready to follow through with his firing threat. However, the parents of the students come to Soup's defense because of the students mark a great improvement, especially for the average passing mark. And at last, the principal Calvin grants Soup tenure for his positive efforts in motivating and helping the students to succeed, not only from the side of sitting test paper, but also in their life. So this scene really impressed me that when we as the teacher really play our teacher role well and put our full efforts to the students, then the students, the parents, as well as the principals, and also the school management would also stand with us. More importantly, the scene taught me what teaching is, and nothing is more important than the students' improvement as well as achievements for us as the teacher. Sometimes we may not be able to reach the overall target pass score due to a variety of reasons, but as long as we really put our efforts on that and place our teacher role every single moment throughout the school year, then I think it is good enough for a teacher. For the last scene, I would like to choose this.
I'll think about it. Can I use some of that lip stuff?
And it is the scene on the evening sunset. Soup and Robin are walking on the beach and began their relationships in the waves. The reason why this scene has been chosen is because it depicts a really happy, good ending of the movie, and it impressed me as the audience to this romance moment that a teacher found his own true love by proving himself is able to be turned from whom initially does not regard education as such important into a dedicated teacher who is willing to favor his students regardless hard and troubles. In this scene, I would like to say that the movie Summer School is really impactful, and it did change some of my mindsets to the expectation of what roles actually should be played by a teacher. After watching the movie, it gives me a clearer view on what the students and situations that the teacher might face and get me mentally and also physically prepared to face the challenges. It is also helpful in illustrating the need of discovering why it is important to have an education and took the responsibility for themselves. As Soup becomes aware of these things, he realized that he has a gift for communicating with youngsters in the classroom, as well on the football field. And it is so convincing that there is no reason why the filmmakers shouldn't have depicted him, even if only for a few seconds, teaching the kids how to write a sentence, the parts of speech, and how they fit together. This made me realize one thing, that learning, after all, is a pleasure, and if it isn't, then you really haven't learned. Summer school might have spelled out this truth a bit more clearly. Hence, I recommend this movie to my best friend, especially Jeremiah, who is also dreamed to be a future educator. It is because I hope that with watching this movie, it could really help him to find out the fun of teaching as well as learning, and really learn the role that should play by a teacher and also indicate him what teaching is and what kind of teacher he should be. So that's all from me. Thank you for listening.